Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. It is Saturday, day 8 of quarantine yoga. Wow, we've been a week together, guys. Um, it's Saturday morning, 9:30 Pacific time, or just slightly after. I got off to a little bit of a late start today. I'm just going to give a couple moments for everyone to join in here and get settled. Hopefully, you can see my feet. Yeah, there we go. So I decided to do the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, an hour later uh, for that extra sleep-in time because, we all went partying last night in your Zoom meeting, virtual happy hours with your friends, hopefully. I've got one of those going on tonight with my friends, really looking forward to it. Actually, I was joking that I'm going to get my hair and makeup done for them. Not. So today's practice is going to be a shorter one, and it's dedicated to our health professionals and healthcare providers who are spending a lot of time on their feet. And anyone that's out there serving our communities who's spending a lot of time on their feet, first responders, people working in the grocery stores, stocking shelves, anyone that is just, like this, on your feet all day long. Your lower back, your spine feels collapsed, posture is affected, hamstrings are tight, glutes are tight, and so just the postural imbalances are really uncomfortable when you're in a vocation that is you're on your feet all day long. And a shout out to all our healthcare providers. A friend's daughter is working in a hospital where they mentioned that of the staff working there was told that you will likely get the virus being here in this environment. And so it's a conscious choice for them to stay working in that environment and continue to serve their community. So big shout out, big love to them. To my friend Ann Kelly, who manages a team of nurses. I think you're still at Eden Hospital, Ann, in Castro Valley, Northern California. Big love to you and all the nurses out there in the world today and always. Thank you for your service. So we've given enough time for everyone to join and get on board. It's going to be a standing practice today for those of you who spend a lot of time on your feet. So let's start with just rolling out the shoulders first. Working from the top down. And let's bring the elbows into it. I'll have to be honest, guys, it was rough for me to get started this morning. It was a late night last night and Netflix and chill, losing yourself in entertainment. And I didn't get a good sleep. So this morning I was like, do people really want to do yoga this morning? I was like, no, I made a promise. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to commit. So thanks, guys, for holding me accountable. Roll it out with both your shoulders. And then take the chin and relax it down towards the chest and slow motion, roll the head out side to side. Hear yourself breathe as you roll the head out side to side. And on that next breath, roll the head out towards your right and inhale that right hand up towards the left ear and gently pull the head away from the shoulder and then take that left hand out and just gently shake it and let it hang. So that's going to elongate the side of the neck there as you let the arm hang. And you may notice that rolling the head at a couple different angles here helps to open up perhaps tighter spots in the sides or back of the neck. So experiment and see where the angles are that open you up more and breathe into them. One more breath here, seeing where your tension pattern is and breathing into it. And exhale, release the hands and slowly roll the chin down towards the chest. Inhale the head back up to center and roll it out through the shoulders. Shake it out through the feet. And let's do the other side here, relaxing the chin back down towards the chest, rolling the head out to your left. And inhale that left hand up towards the right ear. Gently pull the head out to your left and draw the right arm out. Shake it out there and feel that extra length as you shake the right arm out. And again, look for that ideal angle in the opening of the side or back of the neck that opens you up. And on that next breath, release the hands, roll the chin down towards the chest, and inhale the head back up to center. Roll it out through the shoulders. And we'll take the knees here and bend the knees and just do a couple knee circles here. And as you do that, let the hips kind of do a little circle here, just relaxed movements through those movement areas of the body, the hips and the knees, and opposite direction. And just let things just flow through the spine here. Let that movement flow like water. And then release back to standing and do a couple toe presses up here, up on the ankles, one leg at a time. Just opens up through the ankles. And then let's take the hand to the heart here. Gently tap the heart area so that you feel that, and tap the back here. You can either go from underneath or on top, tapping the back of the heart. So now this area that you just tapped on, we're going to be moving here. So standing comfortably tall, the areas that you just tapped, begin to rock that area side to side. This has you move and isolate the intercostals and through the side ribs here, rocking it side to side. If you've been standing a lot, you'll feel this through the hips as well on the lower back. Just find your lateral movement, that sideways movement, like a slow motion pendulum tick-tock. And on that next breath, see if you can do a circle with those areas that you tapped. So reach it out to the right and then do a counterclockwise circle, forward, out to the left, and back. And don't worry about how you look here. I'm looking at myself and it looks pretty funny, so have a good laugh at yourself. You're just moving your spine and creating fluid movement in your spine, opposite direction. Because who cares what it looks like if it feels good, right? Doesn't matter. Opposite direction, circles with your upper spine. And then release and roll it out through the shoulders again. Good. Let's take the hands on the hips here, open up the feet, and we'll do a few hip circles. Again, just free movement through the hips. So for those of you in the workforce out, kind of hitting the pavement, so to speak, working still outside in essential services, this standing practice you can kind of do in your 15-minute breaks that you might be getting, or lunch hour breaks, perhaps in your office, or if you wherever you have space to just create some standing movement here, and then shake it out through the legs. So we did this one earlier, yesterday actually, and it just helps to open up through the hamstrings here. Hopefully you can still see my feet, where we're going to take one leg at a time, that left leg, and step the leg back. And on both legs are straight here. On the inhale, we'll lift the heart up, and exhale, bend the front right knee. So it opens up the front of your left hip. So we'll do that a couple times. Inhale, extend and straighten the legs. Exhale, bend your right knee. So 2 more times. Inhale, straighten and extend that front leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, bend the knee. And on that next breath, straighten the leg. So now we're going to change the angle a bit to open up the psoas at the top of the hip. So we're going to curl the left toes under. So I'm going to tilt the camera so you guys can see a little bit better there. So left toes curled under there, a little different. Inhale, lift through the heart, both legs straight. Exhale, bend your right knee. You feel that opening in the front of the hip there. Inhale, straighten the front leg. And exhale, bend the right knee. 2 more times. Inhale, straighten the right leg. And exhale, bend the right knee. 1 more time. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend the right knee. And on that next breath, straighten the legs, pivot that back foot flat, and walk the feet together. Toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, and heels. Shake the feet out, and we'll do the other side. So it just opens up through the hips here for that lovely psoas stretch. So finding a nice wide stance. Inhale, lift through the heart. Your left leg is forward, right leg back, and exhale, bend your left knee. Right foot is flat for now because we're just doing the warm-up. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, bend your left knee. Plug the tailbone into the center of the earth. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend your left knee. And one more time. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend the left knee. And then straighten your legs again. Curl the right toes under. So get a firm grip here with the toes on the floor. Check that your tailbone is plugging down into the center of the earth. And here we go. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, bend your left knee. 3 more times. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the left knee. Breathe into the front of your right hip. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the left knee. Last time. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend your left knee. And then on that next breath, when you straighten the leg, pivot that back foot flat. So from here, you'll turn to face forward again, and we'll turn the feet outwards at about a 45-degree angle so that the hips are neutral here. So whether you need the feet to be slightly in or more out depends on what's comfortable for you. You want a comfortable stance here, okay? So just like we were doing earlier through that lateral movement through the heart, let's do that again. Reach the heart out to the right, and you feel that stretch down through the top of the left hip here, and back to center, and out to the left, and back to center. A couple times side to side. That lateral movement helps to recorrect and realign your spine and posture here. Lateral and circular movements through the spine. Good, and then back to center. So now we're going to do that through the hips as well. Rock the hips side to side, just feeling the hamstrings open up as you rock the hips side to side. So again, this practice is for all of our frontline professionals out there that are spending a lot of time on their feet. Just some easy sequences to release lower back pressure and tension from standing on your feet all day. So now you're going to take your left foot in and open the right foot out. So we did this one yesterday as well. And we'll do a more gentle version of this pose so that it's more just about the hips and lower back. We're going to tilt the hips out to the left for our triangle pose here, and take your left hand to your lower back and help draw that left shoulder back. So there's a couple actions happening at first. Hips are pulling out to the side like there's a string on the hips, and you're pulling that string towards the wall on your left. And then that left shoulder draws back, and then that right hand can just slide down the leg to whatever aspect of the leg you want to support yourself with your hand. So it can rest on your shin or your thigh or the inside of the shin. You can press away and see how that opens up through the torso there. Deep opening through that inner hamstring. So keep pressing the leg away. Even if your hand is resting on top, you can still see how when I press the leg away, the chest opens up. Neck is neutral. Just find a nice relaxed space for the neck here and breathe into the lower back. Bring your attention to your tailbone and plug your tailbone down into the center of the earth. Plug it right down into the ground and notice how that creates space in your lower back. One more breath here. And on your next breath, using the strength of your core, open up the arms and inhale, lift back to center. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, release. Let's turn your right foot in and your left foot out. So the feet, if they were to come together here, they'd be like in the letter T with your left heel at the arch of your right foot, okay? So that's what the positioning of the feet are there. So that right foot slightly pigeon-toed in here to get a nice firm grip on your mat, just to build structural support through the legs here. Take your feet and press them open on your yoga mat. I know I don't have a yoga mat underneath me right now, but I'm pressing my feet outwards, which is going to fire up the outer leg lines of your legs, fire up the muscles here, the quads. Now take those heels and pull them towards each other like you're hugging energy into the center line of your body, up the spine through the crown of your head. And then find that spot right in the middle and stay there. You can even activate through the toes by inhaling, lifting those toes up, and exhale, bring the toes down, pinky, fourth, third, second, and big toe. So grip the floor here in the yoga mat with your toes like a cat kneading the blanket on the bed. You want to feel the extremities here activate. Let's take the right hand to your lower back and draw that right shoulder back as you tip the tilts the hips out to the right. So again, imagine that string at the hips pulling out towards your right. And then that left hand can slide down. I want you to imagine yourself moving laterally, only sideways, not forward, okay? Bum's not sticking back here. We're two-dimensional, moving laterally out through the torso to your left. And you can slide that hand down to whatever part of the body works for you. Remember, you can rest it on your thigh as well, so long as your tailbone is rooting down into the floor and your spine is level, lateral with the legs, not falling forward. So find that neutral place for your neck. This is a beautiful low back opener too. If we're doing it with alignment, you'll really feel space being created in your lower back. Neck neutral, right shoulder back, chest and heart lifted, tailbone plugging down into the floor. Use that left hand to press the leg away from you, which keeps the chest lifted. One more breath here. And on that next breath, extend the arms open. Inhale, lift yourself up using your core. And exhale, release. Bring your left foot in. So now both toes are pointed forward. So from here, I'm going to get you to take something in front of you that I'm looking for something here that I can put in front of me. My hamstrings are a little flexible, so I can reach the floor. But if you want to have the floor raised up to meet you when we come forward and hinge here, I want you to take something underneath your hands, even just some books that are nearby. Okay, so you raise the floor's height to meet your hands. So from here, we're going to come forward into a forward fold, hands on the hips here at first. Draw the elbows towards each other and lift through the heart. And then on the next breath, we're going to hinge at the hips, and we're just going to stop at the halfway point at the letter L when the body creates the letter L, pulling your tailbone back. This may be enough for some of us, okay? So if this is enough, if you feel the hamstrings, then you can stay right here. You can even keep the hands on your thighs. But the point is to stick that thumb as far back behind you and breathe length into the hamstrings. The toes are pointed forward. And again, just like we did earlier with the leg muscles, the feet are pressing outwards and inwards, finding that sweet spot right in the middle. Kneecaps lifted so the quads are engaged, so that your legs are actually activated here in your forward fold. They're not relaxed, they're working. Okay, so those of you that can reach the floor, go ahead and reach the floor, or take your hands on your books that you've got in front of you, or blocks, whatever you've got. So kneecaps lifted, tailbone pressing back. If there's a little bend in your knee, perfectly fine, so long as you are extending the legs to your ability. Again, finding your appropriate challenge. Inhale, lift the heart, and exhale, release the head. We'll do that 3 times, moving with the breath. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, head surrenders. Inhale, heart lifts. And exhale, torso and head surrenders. One more time. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, head surrenders. So on that next breath, when the head surrenders, I'm going to get you to walk the hands forward to your degree of comfort. Again, you can move the blocks with you or books underneath your hands, move them with you, move them forward. This way, you're now going to let the head surrender down and let gravity hang you forward. This can be pretty deep for some of us with tight hamstrings. If you're on your legs all day long, like our professionals are, this will be a deep hamstring opener here, so don't be shy to place more blocks underneath the hands to support you. 2 more breaths here. On that next breath, slowly walk your hands back in. Look up here to return the flow of blood away from the head. And then you're going to walk the feet in just 3 times. Heels, toes, heels, and then bend the knees. Bend the knees like you're about to do a squat here. Okay, hands are still on the floor to support your body weight. Then on that next breath, you're going to take your hands one hand at a time up to the thighs and support your body weight here with your hands. And let the shoulders hunch up to the ears for a moment. Just take a moment to hunch those shoulders up and then exhale, release. Take the hands to the chest here and find your alignment as if you are leaning back against a wall, okay? And check that the toes are opened up, the knees are tracking over your second toe. We're pressing the knees back. This is working here. If you're tired, you can always straighten the legs a little bit more or straighten them out all the way and pulse it. You can do this, just bending one breath and straightening one breath, okay? So we'll stay here for 3 more breaths. Hands on the hips if you like, or reach the arms out, whatever you prefer. 1 more breath here. Knees pressing back, sitting on your third leg. Your tailbone is your third leg. And exhale, release, and straighten out the legs. Walk the feet in, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, and heels. And shake it out. So those of you that are, perhaps at a hospital or a clinic, you're not going to have fancy things around you to use as props. So we're just going to use the wall as a prop. So I want you to imagine that there's a wall in front of me here because that's the best way you're going to be able to see this here. I'll pretend that if I turn this way, you're not going to be able to see it very well. So pretend that there's a wall right in front of me here. So you're going to take your hands up to the wall, shoulder height. Okay, so hands up to your wall, shoulder height. If you can't see me, I will verbalize it so you don't necessarily need to turn around and look. So your hands are up against the wall, height of your shoulders. And from there, step back slightly. We're going to inhale, lift through the heart, and exhale, hinge at the hips, letting your head come through, keeping your hands on the wall. So it's like you're doing a down dog, but instead of on the floor, you're doing it up against a wall. Now bring your attention to your tailbone and really press your tailbone back here. The hands are supporting your body weight on the wall, so you're able to really allow the tailbone to press back and breathe length into your hamstrings as you do this. If you need a little bend in the knees, that's perfectly fine, so long as you're feeling your hamstrings lengthen. Now bring your attention to your tailbone, okay? This tailbone, we're going to move up and down with our breath, all right? So on that inhale, lift your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Feel the hamstrings lengthen. And on the exhale, point your tailbone down towards the floor and feel your lower back lengthen. Let's do that 2 times. Inhale, tailbone lifts. Feel your hamstrings lengthen. And exhale, tailbone points down. Feel your lower back lengthen. Again, inhale, tailbone lifts. And exhale, tailbone points down. And then bring the tailbone back to center. And use your hands to guide yourself back up on the wall. Then relax the chin towards the chest and slowly roll the head out side to side. And inhale the head back up to center. So using the wall once again, we're going to take our right hand to the wall. Again, shoulder height here. So I'm going to turn so you guys can see a little bit better. The hand is the height of the shoulder, and you can either have the fingertips point behind you or point upwards, whatever is more comfortable for your wrist. For most of us, it's more comfortable to have the fingertips pointing behind us. Then keep the hand on the wall. Rest your left hand on the right shoulder to keep it relaxed and down. And on that next breath, begin to walk your body away from the hand on the wall. Now notice how my left hand helps to keep the right shoulder down, because the right shoulder might have a tendency to hunch up towards the ear when you turn away from the wall. So we're breathing space into the anterior deltoid here, the front of your shoulder. And this is also opening up the muscles around the clavicle. So the pectorals are being breathed open here as well. Lengthening the muscles that help your posture in keeping your spine, your chest erect and lifted. 2 more breaths here. You can close the eyes. This could be pretty deep for some of us. So enjoy this opening at the front of the torso. And on that next breath, slowly release and turn yourself back towards the wall. And release that arm and shake it out. So just shaking out both the arms here, because we're going to do the other side now. So let's bring that left hand up to the wall, same height as your shoulder, and begin to walk the body away from the hand on the wall. Take your right hand to your left shoulder and help that left shoulder to relax. The more you walk your feet away, see how I'm walking my feet away here, the deeper opening you'll create. So breathing into the front of that left shoulder here. Try to keep the chest lifted. You may notice that you might want to round out the back to compensate here. Close the eyes and enjoy this lengthening of the front of the left shoulder and the pectoral on your left side. 1 more breath here. And exhale, release. Good. And release it out through the shoulders. Shake it out through the feet. Just shake, shake, shake. Or do your ankle lifts, whatever feels better for you. So now we are going to come up against the wall. I don't have a perfectly flat wall to demonstrate this with, but for you guys, just find a perfectly flat wall to stand up against. I'm going to be careful not to have my legs touch the fireplace there, because yoga pants melting on the flesh is not fun. So on that next breath, inhale, lift through the heart here, and exhale, keeping your bum in contact with the wall and as much of your spine in contact with the wall as possible. Inhale, lift the heart, lengthen through the crown, and exhale, slide yourself down to your degree of ability, pressing your bum into the wall and as much of your spine into the wall as possible. And just go down as far as your quads support you with. Now check out the feet here. See if you can lift the toes. If you can't, that's fine. Just see if you can energetically lift the toes. Bring your attention there and energetically lift them. And then energetically or physically lower them down one by one. Pinky toe, 4th toe, 3rd toe, 2nd toe, big toe. 1 more breath here. You guys got this. This is working the quads here and the glutes. Press your bum into the wall. And on that next breath, keep sliding on the wall as you inhale. Straighten yourself out, sliding up the wall. Good. Relax the chin towards the chest. And slow motion, roll the head side to side. Whew, that is hot on the back of my quads. And then inhale, lift the head back up to center and roll it out through the shoulders, and a couple ankle lifts here. Let's do a couple ankle rotations and then opposite direction ankle rotation. So we'll do one last semi-challenging pose here. It might be challenging for some of us, but it's a really amazing, lovely lower back opener. Okay, so for those of you guys standing all day long, this one's for you. You might hate me after this one, and it's okay, because if I've done my job, if I know that you're resisting me, because I'm pushing you guys to your limit. So that's good. So we're going to bring our right leg forward and left leg back. We're up against the wall. And bring your right foot right up to touch the wall. And then your left foot can be away from the wall, especially if our hips are tight. We're going to need probably maybe a foot or a foot and a half between the wall and that left foot. But your right foot is right up to the wall, okay? So again, I don't have a perfect wall to demonstrate this for, but just imagine that I'm up against the wall, okay? So now you've got this wall beside you, so your arm is just like right there on that on the wall. Your left hand is on your hip. Inhale, lift through the heart, and exhale, bend that right knee. Now the right leg and your right arm should be touching the wall. Now from here, we're going to use the wall to help turn us into a twist. So on that next breath, you're going to take that right arm and lift it up right along the wall. Now we've got a couple options here. Let me demonstrate what your options are. One option is to walk that right arm back and left arm forward and use the wall to help you in your twist. If that's too intense for your shoulder, then instead of bringing the arm up, you're going to bend the elbow, slide the arm down, and walk it up the wall. Walk that right hand up the wall behind you, okay? So for some of us, we're probably going to need to keep the face facing forward, but those of you that want a deeper opening, you can begin to turn the head out to the right. This creates quite a deep twist here. If that back foot is experiencing pressure, then you can always come up on the back toes. Remember, you've got that option as well. Or if you need to move that left foot a little bit further away from the wall. But we're using the wall here to facilitate a deep twist. Now bring your attention to the tailbone and plug your tailbone down into the ground and breathe space into your lower lumbar spine. Everyone should feel this here through the lower back and the front of your left hip. We'll stay here for a couple breaths, guys. Remember, if the arms can just come at a 45-degree angle, that's fine. Do what your body is capable of doing. Find your own appropriate challenge. One more breath here. And exhale, release the arms slowly down. Bring the left hand back to the hip. Straighten out the front leg. And then we're just going to simply turn that right foot forward, which has you face forward with your back against the wall. And then we can simply move our feet to come to the other side. So with your left hand on the wall, you can adjust that left foot in and adjust the right foot out so that your left foot is touching the wall and the right foot is a little ways away. Okay, so make sure that the left side of your body is touching the wall, including that left hip and left shoulder. And then from here, inhale, lift the heart, the chest, and exhale, bend the left knee. We have another healthcare worker here today, Martha. Good to see you. Well, come here. Say hi to everyone. This is my mom's helper. Big cheer for all the in-home caregivers that provide so much support. Thank you. Thank you. So you guys are up on the wall wondering what's the next step. So on that next breath, we're going to take that left arm up, or as option 2, draw the arm behind you and walk it up the wall to your degree of ability. Once you've found that sweet spot, you can bring that right arm into it. And remember, you can curl the back toes under. And if you want to have the head face forward or head out to the left, again, whatever works for your body so that you're getting that lovely twist through the upper back and your tailbone is plugging right down into the ground to anchor and root you. Breathe space into your lower back. The more we plug the tailbone down, the more space and traction we're creating space between each vertebra in the lower back. 2 more breaths here. I know this is a tough one, guys, but your spine, your lower back, and your hips will thank you afterwards. On that next breath, slowly release the hands down, straighten out that back leg, arms relax, and we turn that left foot in, and we walk the heels in. Heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, and toes. And do a couple ankle rolls here, and a couple more ankle rolls. Give yourselves a hand because you worked through that. That might have been the first time for some of you to do something pretty intense like that through the hips, so good work. We're going to come to a seated posture here now. A little bit of floor relaxing. So being comfortable in your seated position, hands behind the hips, scoot the hips forward and rock the knees side to side. So much love for all you healthcare providers out there. And that goes for the non-glamorous jobs as well, including like in-home care, even janitorial work that is giving us hygiene, health, and safety. Thank you. On that next breath, take the hands to the thighs and rock the thighs side to side. Just rocking, releasing the hands down. We're going to hold on to either the shins here or interlace the fingers underneath the feet, whatever works for you. So either interlacing hands under the feet or hands holding on to the shins. From there, you're going to press the knees down and press the feet down. And with your hands holding on for leverage, you're going to lean back, which is going to open up the shoulders. So leaning back, opening up the shoulders here. Keep the arms straight. So we don't want to bend the elbows here. The arms are straight because you're leaning back. And check that your spine is not rounded out here. So instead of this, we want chest lifted as you lean back. Keep the knees and feet pressing down as you lean back. Feel that lovely opening there, the outside of the shoulders, the top of the shoulders, and the back of the neck. One more breath here. Now, keeping everything you've just created, inhale, lift the heart some more, and exhale, relax the chin towards the chest without rounding the spine. You'll feel an even deeper opening in the upper trapezius muscles, the tops of the shoulders, moving all the way up to the neck. Feet and knees are still pressing down. And slow motion, roll the head side to side. And on that next inhale, bring the head back up to center. And exhale, release. Hands behind the hips. Move your hips back and move the feet forward. And take the hands behind the hips and actively press your knees down. When you press the knees down, you should feel your glute muscles, the bum muscles, fire up and activate. And that's what we want. Because for those of you standing all day at work, your glute muscles are actually not firing properly. They're tight, but not active in the way that we want them to be active. So pressing your knees down here fires up the glutes the way we want them to be active. And now let's inhale, lift through the heart. And exhale, hinge at the hips and keep pressing your knees down. Feel how the glutes activate here, but as we hinge forward, that opens up the outer hips that lead to the glutes. So this is not a passive stretch. This is a dynamic opening. Knees pressing down, hands behind you, pushing the chest forward. With the knees pressing down, your butt muscles are activated. Now hold on to the shins and continue to pull yourself forward, but keep the knees pressing down. We get so much more if the knees are pressing down. Bring that imaginary string at your tailbone and pull it back as you press the knees down. There's a lot of proprioceptive awareness here, with the brain being aware of where your body is in space and activating those muscles. So this is a brain workout too. One more breath here. Heart reaching forward, tailbone pressing back, knees pressing down, glutes activated. And on that next breath, slowly release and guide yourselves up. Some of you may have been sweating in that pose. You know, if you work out and you've got great muscle tone but you're tight, these poses will really help to open up those areas that you habitually contract in. So we're going to bring the legs forward and shake them out. Bring your hands along the sides of the quads and the tops of the quads. Give it a good shake out here. Open up the feet and windshield wipe the feet side to side. We're going to come into Savasana pretty soon to let you guys enjoy the rest of your day reading or playing board games with the kids, or catching up on homework or office work, or connecting with friends and family virtually. So on that next breath, we're going to bend the knees and roll ourselves down onto our spine. So if you want to bring pillows here or cushions to place underneath the knees, or a head or a blanket to place on top of you, if you want to put your sweater on, make yourself as comfortable as possible before we come down and lie down for our final relaxation. I'm going to provide a guided visualization today, so make yourself comfortable so you can spend a few moments with me in nervous system relaxation. So once you're as comfortable as you can get, inhale deeply through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And again, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And again, inhale through the nose and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Surrender and let go. Walk your heels forward so your legs are nice and long. Walk your hands down so your arms are nice and long. And if you feel like it, gently rock the head side to side to release any last tension in the neck. And this next one we're going to do is lion's pose. This one might make you giggle a little bit, and why not, you know? But this is a total release of any tension in the throat here. All right, so what we're going to do is on the exhale, you're going to stick the tongue out towards the chin and make this noise, a big ah. So let's first stretch the muscles around the tongue by taking the tongue and stretching it out towards the chin. So everyone take your tongue, stretch it out towards the chin. No one's looking at you, don't worry. They're all looking at me laughing, so it's all good. Tongue stretched out towards your chin. And on that next breath, inhale deeply through the nose, stretch that tongue out, exhale big, ah, and release. Oh, my stomach joined in on that one. So that's a good release there. You can always do that one at home. In the mirror is even better, looking at yourself. So we take ourselves less seriously and enjoy our own company. And let your breath sink back to a elongated, lengthened, unforced, natural breath. So what's the longest breath that your body can take with zero force? So you're finding the longest breath your body can take with no force, effortless, lengthened breath. I'm going to come to seated so I can guide you guys better, but you're going to stay lying down on your back. So finding that effortless, lengthened, elongated breath. And on that next breath, bring your attention towards the hips and the legs. And with the eyes closed, breathe in the color red through the hips and down the legs. Color red. Alive and vibrant. Color red. Breathing that through the hips and down the legs. Until you feel the hips and legs filled with this warm, comforting, safe, alive color red. Continue breathing that in. On your next breath, move your attention up towards the belly and the lower back. And breathe in the color orange into the belly and lower back. Warming and soothing, color orange, moving clockwise around the waist. Soothing the waist, the muscles of the belly and the lower back. Color orange. And on your next breath, bring your attention towards the center of the chest. Imagine the very center of your body, the equator of your body. And inhale the color yellow into this center point in your body, like rays of sun coming in and radiating out through to the fingers and toes of your body. Color yellow, the sun warming through every part of the body. Color yellow. Radiating out from this center point in the center of your chest. And on that next breath, we're going to bring our attention towards the heart and feel the color green there. Inhaling the color green at the heart. Imagining a rich emerald forest of trees getting breathed to life with this emerald green at your heart. Until every tree at the heart has been breathed and nourished with their green. As on this next breath, we now bring our attention up towards the throat. And we'll feel the color blue, deep as the ocean at the throat. Think of the depth of the ocean. The depth of the wisdom of the ocean is as deep and long as the words you have to choose to use. Your expression, the vibration at your throat, your voice is boundless. It's infinite. You have many tools to express. Connect to those words and vibrations that you want to express. Deep and blue as the ocean. And then on that next breath, bring your attention up towards the face. And feel the color purple or indigo, like a soft blanket at the face. Relaxing the muscles around the temples and cheeks and jaw. Let the tip of the tongue rest gently on the roof of the mouth. Hear yourself breathe and feel that soft purple indigo color at the space between the eyebrows, softening and relaxing the muscles of the face. And on your next breath, bring your attention to the crown of the head, a couple inches above the crown of the head, and feel a bright, clear waterfall there, like you've been standing underneath a waterfall. Let it cascade down over you, over the head, shoulders, arms, chest, back, hips, and legs. Standing over this, under this waterfall, you're just letting that water just drench all over you. Pores of your skin thirstily drinking it in. Every cell in your body having a long, cool drink of your waterfall. Continue to hear yourself breathe. And as you feel this waterfall expand around you, your body's had a wonderful long drink of it. Feel that waterfall cascade down towards the river. Feel the rushing flow of the river. And as the river gathers speed and moves downstream, feel it rush down into the ocean and meet into the ocean. Feel yourself return to this ocean. You as the raindrop, joining the waterfall, joining the river, joining the ocean. Soak that in. And that next breath, we'll wiggle our fingers and toes, bringing ourselves back into our bodies. Take the hands and stretch them up overhead. Big, tall stretch. Big yawn on the exhale. Hear yourselves yawn. And draw your knees into your chest, giving yourselves a hug. Rock the knees side to side as you're lying on your backs. And then roll onto your right side. And on that next breath, when you feel ready, use your hands to guide yourselves up to seated position. Hands at the heart, eyes closed. And with the hands at the heart, inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head, tall spine. Exhale, bow the chin in towards the chest. Plug your tailbone and root it into the earth. Anchor it down. Rub the hands together here. Feel the heat and energy in your hands. And on your next breath, inhale, widen the space between the hands. Energy at the heart expands. And exhale, bring it back together. Feels good to open and accordion the heart open. Inhale, accordion your heart open. And exhale, bring the hands back together. And again, rub those hands together. And on your next breath, take the hands to the heart and move them clockwise a couple times. Good. And then rub the hands together again. And smooth out the arms and the body, the chest, the shoulders, the back, the legs. Shake it out and thanking yourselves. Thank yourselves, guys, for coming today. Namaste. You guys have a wonderful, awesome rest of your day. Enjoy your loved ones in whatever virtual way that you can. Spread the love. Encourage anyone who's feeling overwhelmed or down. We all have those moments. Encourage yourself too when you have those moments. And please help me by sharing these videos. Tell your friends about them. My profile is open, so anyone can join. These lives are public settings, so anyone can join. And please, please give me your feedback. Anything else that you want to see, any critical feedback as well, some suggestions for improvements. I'm all ears, and love you guys. Take care. Enjoy your Saturday. I'm also going to be doing chair yoga once a week. So for the elders in your family, seniors in your family, once a week chair yoga, probably Tuesdays at 3 o'clock, something like that. And then just one last thing for all you healthcare providers. If you just want a quickie hamstring opener, what you can do is come to any wall and take your foot up against the wall. I'm going to stand back so you can see better. See how the toes are up against the wall there with the heel pressing down. And then just use your back leg behind you to press your chest towards the wall. And you'll get a lovely opening there in your calf muscle and hamstring. And then switch it over to the other side. I'll try and remember that one for you guys next time. Take care, guys. Big love. Thanks, Catherine. Have fun tonight at my virtual party. Whoop, whoop. Let's do one together, okay? Ciao, guys.